Today we're going to go outside to these major universities such as Yale, Harvard, and Princeton. We're going to go up to these students and ask them questions about what their opinion is on LGBTQ, what their opinion is about on the social movements that are happening right now, and etc. So let's go. Okay, first question is, how many genders do you think there are and why?
Oh my gosh, I think it's a full spectrum. I don't think there's a set answer. Yeah.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Okay. So several people are answering there's two sexes but several genders. What do you think about that?
Wait, what is the topic of this interview actually?
The topic is actually about actually looking over the social movements of all these several universities because and we're from South Korea, and like Korea is not all about that, but if we came to the States, like for example, all these colleges or universities theologically now having pride flags over them was kind of shocking to us, and we just wanted to know what you think about it. So that's why we have these questions. So if is that uncomfortable for you, or is that okay? Okay. So what's your opinion on all gender or unisex bathrooms?
I think it's totally okay. I think that people should be able to use spaces that they feel comfortable in.
Is it still comfortable for you for a transgender to still use that bathroom with you?
Yeah, I feel fine.
Okay. Thank you. Korea, we have a YouTube. Is it okay we can record?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So first question is, how many genders do you think there are, and why?
I think that there are an infinite number of genders. I don't think that there really is a binary, because gender is not a biological construct, it's a social one. And so people may feel varying levels of like both sexes, or even a space in between, or multiple spaces in between.
What's your opinion about how many genders do you think there is, and why? I know this is probably a struggling question for people in the US.
Well, obviously there's female, male, but obviously I think anyone can identify as whatever they want. Non-binary, transgender, I guess that's my stance. I don't think there are just two genders.
I think that there are multiple genders. I think that there's two sexes, like the male and female sex, but I think that there's a very large variety of genders that somebody can identify with.
Gender is a spectrum. Like, there are, I don't know, it's just like there are infinite numbers of ways you can identify, and I think that like gender is fluid.
What do you like? Other people are answering like there's two sex but several genders. Do you think that makes sense?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
But gender and sex is almost the same thing.
Not really. Actually, I'm not sure the two sex thing is necessarily true, because there are also people that are intersex. But that's like minority.
Okay. How many genders are there? Easy answer. So easy. Easy answer.
Oh boy, I'm not sure how to answer that. I'm not sure. It depends on who you ask.
I'm asking you.
You're asking me. Can I move on to a different question?
So the answers I got from the students were the same thing as my expectations. They struggled to answer, and they actually started to wanting to go on to different questions when I asked them questions. There's just a quick couple questions. The first question is, how many genders do you think there is, and why?
Two.
Two.
Because that's the most natural thing. There's male and female. I don't see how there could be an in-between or outside of that.
Oh, okay. Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Oh, okay, you're a Christian. Okay, because most people, their answers were there's two sexes, but there are several genders. And every time we were doing an interview, we couldn't understand. And we wanted their opinion. And what's your opinion about like all gender bathrooms?
For me, it's always interesting. Like, it's an interesting phenomenon. I only see it here in the US. I don't see it back at home. I do think that Well, it's mostly people trying to cater to, I guess, all the social movements that are currently going on here in the US especially. And so people are like, everyone says I'm this or I'm that. And so people want to cater to them. Because if you don't, then, well, you're a hater and you are something phobic. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's why it's, prevalent here in the US. When I'm looking for a restroom, I normally look for a women's restroom because I don't think I'll be comfortable having men in the same restroom as I am.
Which country are you from? What's your hometown?
Ghana.
Okay.
크리스천으로서 동성애를 혹시 반대하는지 그리고 학교의 상황이 동성애에 대해서 보통 어떻게 생각하는지.
So as a Christian, you don't support the LGBT, right?
Well, I don't think it's biblically supported.
Yeah. And what is your perspective about the universities supporting these type of movements?
Well, the university is a social institution, right? And it's in a social environment. I feel like with such institutions, always they want to pander to, I guess, like what the social issues are. And I guess that's what they term as like social equity and fairness. And you want to make sure that everyone is included, the whole thing about diversity and inclusion. And so I don't necessarily have an issue with them supporting those things. I just don't think that it's right for them to force those views on people who may not ascribe to them. And so, yeah, that's my view on that.
So when we actually live our daily lives as a Christian, we actually need to know and realize we have the freedom to actually lift our voice with power and actually lifting our voice that is something completely opposite biblically.